And there you have it. Happy New Year. This is a live look at the festivities in Auckland, New Zealand, the first major city to ring in 2019. And you just saw them ring in the New Year, Kurt.
Yeah, 18 hours ahead of us, so the New Year has begun down under. And we'll have to wait for our turn. But boy, they celebrate in high style there, don't they?
Look at the fireworks. Thousands of people outside having a blast, saying hello to 2019, goodbye to 2018. You know, they ring in the new year there with a music festival. It is known as Wonder Garden. How gorgeous is that?
It's a very stressful situation, especially during this time of the year. You know, the uncertainty of not knowing when we will go back to work and whether or not we will get paid is very stressful.
It looks like the U.S. government won't be opening back up in 2018. New details on the wall being built up between lawmakers and President Trump.
Hoping today we'd get to see the field. I've never been here.
Coach Meyer is about to get that chance with the Rose Bowl now just one day away. The big challenge for Urban and the team before they hit the field. Well, good morning to all of you. Thank you for joining us on this New Year's Eve morning, Monday, December 31st. I'm Jessica Ralston.
And I'm Kurt Ludlow. Good to have you with us. We begin with that partial government shutdown now into week number 2.
There is no meeting scheduled today, which means it will continue on into 2019. Elizabeth Herr explains what this means for hundreds of thousands of federal workers as the shutdown stalemate continues.
The last time President Trump sat down with incoming House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer was when the president said this.
I am proud to shut down the government for border security.
That was 20 days ago when, with the two sides still far apart, President Trump and his allies are now saying that Democrats are to blame for the shutdown.
The bottom line is they want Trump to lose more than they want the country to win.
President Trump wants $5 billion to build a border wall. Outgoing Chief of Staff John Kelly weighing in, saying while the president is right to make border security a top priority, he tells the LA Times, to be honest, it's not a wall. The president still says wall. Oftentimes, frankly, he'll say barrier or fencing. Now he's tended toward steel slats.
Yes, we need to enhance border security, but we are not willing to pay $2.5 billion or $5 billion.
Caught in the middle, some 420,000 government employees now forced to work without pay, and 380,000 more workers furloughed.
And it's pretty scary not knowing when you're going to get paid.
We all need to get paid too. We all have families. We're all middle class workers and taxpayers.
Sources tell ABC News President Trump has been calling his political allies, reassuring them he's not backing down from demanding those $5 billion for the border wall. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
Even though the government is closed, President Trump's still able to sign executive orders, and he just signed one that will cancel a 2.1% cost of living raise for federal civilian employees. Among those affected, 12,000 people at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Congress could overrule the president even during the shutdown. Some Democrats in the House say once they retake control, they plan to give federal workers a 1.9% raise.
6:03 here on your New Year's Eve morning. And yes, a lot of people are up early, but a lot of people are also going to be staying up very late to watch the ball drop, maybe head out to a party.
Maybe take a nap beforehand.
Sounds good.
That's okay.
Are you guys going to?
You know, we're all going to be asleep
I am
long
not staying
before
up
midnight.
for the ball drop. No way.
I offered to go to bed early and then wake up if my wife wanted to watch it.
Oh, that's nice.
She's like, I got the kids and everything.
Yeah.
Just forget it.
I'd rather get the sleep. All right, let's get to it here. It is going to be windy outside later today as well. So a couple things to grab, the rain gear and the jacket, and I would opt for the rain jacket rather than the umbrella. It's going to get so windy later today. Rain is just starting to move in. It's going to be a wet day. Some of the rain will be at its heaviest, I think, between about noon and 2 p.m. And then we'll pick up more heavy rain between about 5 and 8 p.m. later today. But it's going to be windy with winds 15 to 25 miles per hour. Some of the gusts could be close to 50 miles per hour. So chances are if it is trash day or like me, recycling day, that may be blown down the street if you don't get it up to the house pretty quickly. Here's some wind gusts. This is noon, 22-mile-per-hour wind gusts in Columbus by this point. Stop it for you by 3:30. We have wind gusts close to 40 miles per hour across part of the area. Close to 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts here at 7 p.m. And then still staying brisk tonight. Stop it for you at midnight real quick. Still 20 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts at midnight tonight. So we're looking at a very windy day. Winds lighten up very quickly, though, once we get past midnight. So here's how we're looking at the next few days. Rain is likely today. Some of the rain will be heavy at times, even a few rumbles of thunder. You may notice a little bit of yellow and orange there on the map. We are almost to the wettest year ever recorded, 0.79 inches away from it. Right now, forecast models have us getting really close to breaking that record today alone, once we add up everything for us. And then looking at some rain returning by Friday. So a lot to get to on your 7-day forecast. Stick around for that coming up. Jess?
All right, news surveillance video this morning shows workers at an Arizona shelter pushing and dragging at least 3 immigrant children. Some of the video may be difficult to watch. It's been blurred a bit here. The shelter has since closed. It was operated by a company named Southwest Key, the nation's largest provider of migrant children's shelters. CNN says the company reported the incidents in September. The sheriff's office investigated but says it couldn't charge anyone. Well, now a change of heart. The case will be submitted to the county attorney today.
In the football fever, Ohio State plays in the Rose Bowl tomorrow. And before the granddaddy of them all, the Buckeyes had to face reporters and cameras over and over again.
In fact, some players admit after dozens of interviews, they still get a little nervous when the lights shine on them. And that's even after plenty of media training, courtesy of the OSU athletic department. One of the Buckeyes' brightest stars has been practicing, though, a lot longer than that.
My dad used to practice with me, so he would have like a camera in my face when I was a little kid and he would interview me. So I would have to answer questions, and I would have to learn how to answer questions, recite questions, be able to give the right answers without sounding foolish.
Lots of training from early on. The Buckeyes face Washington, of course, tomorrow in the Rose Bowl. Before you head out tonight, get ready for the game. We have a special edition of the Football Fever. Clay Hall in Pasadena right now, living it up, and he's got a lot of tales to share. And you can watch it all tonight at 7 right here on ABC 6. A new college graduate gets her dream job working at a wildlife conservatory, but now the center devastated after a lion attack.
At 6:15, how the center plans to move forward so this never happens again.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time. That's what I felt.
And LeBron talks about his greatness in a new interview. The memorable moment, he says, makes him better than Michael Jordan. Morning. Columbus police are investigating a deadly shooting at the Wedgwood Village Apartments. Officers say they originally got a call about fighting at a loud party, but then another call came in saying someone had been shot. We'll give you an update as soon as we learn more about what led up to that shooting. Police in Texas say they stopped a potential mass shooting at a church just minutes before services. After they received a call, an off-duty officer noticed a man with a loaded gun and extra ammo. Investigators say he was going to fulfill what he called a prophecy. They arrested the guy before he could do anything. The church's pastor says he's thankful. He hopes the man will get help. A conservatory devastated after a lion attacks and kills an intern. After the break, here what the center says went very wrong during a routine cleaning.
He was able to enhance the lives of potentially up to 50 individuals.
And a family from right here at home is at the Rose Parade to remember and honor a lost loved one. How his memory lives on through one of the floats. In the Football Fever, along with the Rose Bowl tomorrow, of course, there's also the big Tournament of Roses parade.
And one float has a special connection to a local family. It features their son, Adam, who died in a car crash 8 years ago. He was an organ donor and donated corneas, heart valves, and tissue to save or enhance the lives of as many as 50 people. The float features pictures of other donors and will be ridden by organ recipients. Adam was just 6 years old when he died, but that doesn't mean he's gone.
It's completely everything that I had hoped that it would be, everything that I had promised to him in his last moments of life, that I would always let his spirit and legacy live on.
Everything on the outside of the floats has to be made of organic materials, so it gives the smoke a positive smell despite all the somber memories while the family was decorating it. Adam's family will watch the parade tomorrow along with millions of others, and you can tune in at 11 a.m. right here on ABC 6.
It's a pretty amazing story. Well, the Rose Parade is an important way to ring in 2019. The Football Fever is another. Our crew is out there in Pasadena counting you down to the granddaddy of them all. A special Rose Bowl preview, as we've been telling you, is tonight at 7, right here on ABC 6.
The NFL's regular season just ended, but there is some chatter the Browns are moving forward in their search for a new head coach. Several reporters say Cleveland's front office has reached out to former Packers head coach Mike McCarthy. He was fired earlier this season after 13 seasons in Green Bay, including a Super Bowl win. Several members of the Browns front office have ties to McCarthy.
Former Cavs star LeBron James is proclaiming his greatness this morning.
In the newest episode of his ESPN Plus show, The King, he explains when he made history here in Ohio, he took the throne from Michael Jordan.
I was super ecstatic to win one for Cleveland because of the 52-year drought. Like, I was ecstatic. Like, obviously, I showed that the first wave of emotion was when everyone saw me crying. Like, that was all for 52 years. Everything in sports was going on in Cleveland. And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time. You know, everybody was just talking how they were the greatest team of all time. Like, they was the greatest team ever assembled. And for us to come back, you know, the way we came back in that fashion, I was like, you did something special. That's probably one of the only times in my career I felt like, oh, like you did something special. I haven't really had time to really like sit back and think, but that was a moment.
That feeling when you're the greatest and you know it.
The GOAT, man.
Yeah. The interview, part of a docuseries following LeBron's journey from Akron to the global stage. He talked with his business partners and friends during the new episode.
He says he is chasing Michael Jordan. All that time has motivated him. He says their careers are both unbelievable in different ways. The full interview is available now on ESPN Plus. I wonder what Michael Jordan thinks about himself. LeBron calling himself the greatest of all time.
Let him get into a room and they can hash it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe we can go join him in that warehouse.
I know. Good times.
I have to say, I mean, that was an amazing game for them to have won that game, and it was on the road playing the Warriors on the road. I mean, that's tough. But I went to the championship parade. Man, about what, 1.3 million other people?
Yes.
That was nuts.
Yeah,
that
I remember
was
you
so
up
much
there.
Fun.
The greatest of all time?
Yeah, that was the greatest parade of all time.
There you go.
Maybe the Rose Bowl parade might
be
number 2 tomorrow.
We'll see.
Let's get to the forecast here. We got rain on the way today. So early this morning, a bit of an inconvenience for you. We're going to have some light rain, and it's already starting to move in. It'll be a little breezy this morning. By the afternoon and evening today, winds are really going to start picking up. Some heavy rain, maybe even a few rumbles of thunder. So it will be a big inconvenience, if not kind of impactful later today. Tomorrow, a couple of sprinkles and flurries. By Wednesday and Thursday, we're dry both days, partly cloudy, a mix of sun and clouds. More rain returning by the end of the week. So the good news is we do have a couple of dry days. Today's not one of them. It's going to be a wet one. We've already got rain moving in, even some rumbles of thunder down in Kentucky earlier. If you're waking up this morning in Bucyrus, Mount Vernon, Coshocton, Cambridge, Caldwell, you still have time to go walk the dog before the rain starts moving in. For us, we've already got some scattered light rain. On top of that, as mentioned, windy. We have a wind advisory for this evening, tonight, till 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. Some of the wind gusts could be getting close to 50 miles per hour as we head into late this evening. Rain on the lens of our tower cam right now. We're at 42 degrees. Winds at 7 miles per hour, so it is starting to pick up. The winds are starting to pick up some as this rain slowly moves in. End of the afternoon, as mentioned, a few rumbles of thunder possible. So let's get right to Futurecast and time this out for you today and tonight as well for New Year's. So rain moving in as we head into later today. Temperatures about 46 degrees by noon, and even a few rumbles of thunder possible between that noon and 2 p.m. time frame when that kind of wave of heavy rain moves through. By late tonight, 5 o'clock, some of the rain will be heavy at times. Notice out to our west some pockets of yellow and orange. Here at 6:30, it's racing its way across the viewing area. By 10 o'clock, a lot drier air starts to move in. Stop it for you again at midnight tonight. A couple of spotty showers are possible. Our temperatures will be in the 50s still, so it'll be mild, windy, and just a little damp at midnight tonight. Through the day tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies and even a few flurries possible into the afternoon. Not looking at anything significant, but a few sprinkles, a few flurries are possible later tomorrow. And temperatures holding in the low 40s most of the day tomorrow and then slipping as we go through the afternoon as that colder air moves in. So Wednesday and Thursday, as mentioned, dry both of those days, but upper 30s for highs. You need the winter coat once again. More rain as we head into Friday. Got to watch the models carefully. Some of the forecast models bring this rain a little farther north, and the newest ones are bringing it farther north now. So Friday's looking more and more like it's going to be a wet day for us as well. Then we dry out for Saturday and Sunday, but again today it's going to be wet out there for sure. Coming up here, we're going to be breaking down your forecast augmented reality style, but just for fun, here's your 7-day emoji forecast.
All right, Buck, thank you. The new year means plenty of leadership changes around the world. In Brazil, far-right President Jair Bolsonaro will be sworn in tomorrow. He's already planning his presidency through social media. On Twitter, Bolsonaro says he'll issue a decree to let anyone without a criminal record own a gun. His supporters hope Bolsonaro will stabilize a fragile economy.
Those connected to a wildlife conservatory in North Carolina are in mourning after an intern was killed by a lion.
Yeah, workers were cleaning its cage, a routine chore, when the animal attacked. And now the conservatory's head is speaking about what happened. Here's Janae Norman with her message.
This morning, a North Carolina conservation center is devastated after a 22-year-old intern was killed by a lion.
This is the worst day of my life. We've lost a person. We've lost an animal. We have lost our faith in ourselves a little bit today.
Alexandra Black recently graduated from college and started interning at the center just 2 weeks ago. Her family in Indiana issuing a statement overnight saying in part, she was a beautiful young woman who had just started her career. There was a terrible accident and we are mourning, but she died following her passion.
I am grateful for the family of this individual who is, they're extraordinary people. And they understand that this was important to their loved one.
The male lion named Matai is seen here on a YouTube video posted earlier by the center. According to center officials, he escaped a locked enclosure and quickly attacked Black as she accompanied a professionally trained animal keeper who was carrying out a routine cleaning. Several attempts were made to tranquilize Matai. He was ultimately shot and killed by sheriff's deputies.
I think anytime you have an incident, you have to take the time to really assess exactly what happened, and that means some investigation. And we need to understand it and make sure that it's something that never, ever happens again.
Janae Norman, ABC News, New York.
That is incredibly heartbreaking on so many levels. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say?
Ooh. All right, 6:22. Buckeye fans headed off to California to cheer on Ohio State.
But the Rose Bowl could be the last time one superstar wears scarlet and gray. What Dwayne Haskins says about his NFL future and the message from the man hoping to take over.
You are heading out the door. It is going to be a wet day today. Get ready for it. The rain is starting to move in. Hilliard, 39 degrees, rain moving in. 42 currently in Columbus. You can see that wet weather there on the lens for us, and 39 currently in Dublin. Wet there to 70 as well. All right, looking ahead at what we're going to be dealing with. We've got rain moving in for us. Matter of fact, as we bring up a wider view here, thankfully it's all rain for us. There's a lot of snow up there in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and even the UP of Michigan. No snow for us. It's just rain. It means the roads are going to be wet as you're heading out and about today, but it will be heavy at times, so watch out for some hydroplaning potential as we head into the afternoon. Temperatures start out about 40 degrees early this morning. It's been a long time since we've had this good of a chance of rain for you, even a few rumbles of thunder possible noon, and then again also as we head into later on into the afternoon and early evening tonight. But I tell you what, if you want to go and get the car washed, I'll tell you right now, forget about it today. Rain is likely for today. Don't worry about it. A couple sprinkles and flurries tomorrow, so if you want to wash the car, you might be able to by Wednesday, Thursday. Looks good if you don't want to get the car washed, but again, today, not worth it unless you got like a monthly pass, guys.
Well, you can let the rain wash your car for free.
For you. Well, it looks like the mayors of Columbus and Seattle have something extra on the line during tomorrow's Rose Bowl game.
Yeah, we just learned that they've agreed that the loser will donate $105 to the winner's charity. Why 105? Well, this year's the 105th Rose Bowl game.
Big spenders here. Columbus Mayor Andrew Ginther has selected the Mid-Ohio Food Bank. Seattle's mayor has chosen the city's Human Services Department to support its homelessness work there.
And the loser will also have to post a photo wearing the winning team's jersey. Well, there you go.
I would have thought they could have come up with something a little more than $105.
get on the phone and call the mayor up. Let him know how you feel.
Come on, man.
This on ABC6.
It's pretty scary not knowing when you're going to get paid.
The partial government shutdown set to stretch on into 2019. This morning, it doesn't look like either side will give an inch as the shutdown now enters week number 2.
My mind's not on the NFL right now. My mind's about playing Washington.
As NFL rumors surround Dwayne Haskins, the OSU quarterback says he's focused on tomorrow. The new statement coming from his potential successor.
It's like, Buckeyes are going to beat you on the first, and it was a good time.
And OSU fans heading to Pasadena for the Rose Bowl. We're live at the airport ahead of those final flights out west.
And good morning. Thanks for waking up with us on this New Year's Eve. It is Monday. Yes, it is the 31st of December. I'm Kurt Ludlow.
And I'm Jessica Ralston. Glad to be with you this morning. The partial government shutdown continues in Washington, D.C., with a wall growing now between President Trump and Democratic lawmakers. The shutdown entering week number 2, with hundreds of thousands of federal workers no longer being paid. Right now, President Trump wants $5 billion for a border wall, while Democrats are only willing to give him $1.3 billion for border security. Now, both sides are digging in.
It takes compromise. And Democrats
are not.
No,
we are ready to go to the
You're
table.
saying,
We've been trying.
Debbie, everybody on the Democratic side is saying no wall funding. That's not compromise.
The president has not reached out to Nancy Pelosi since they met at December 11th. There have been no discussion.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says he will not bring a proposal to the floor unless it has the president's endorsement. The new Congress could meet as soon as Thursday. In the football fever, of course, tomorrow's Rose Bowl is the final time that Urban Meyer will lead Ohio State onto the field.
The game is known as the granddaddy of them all because it is the oldest bowl game ever, 105 years. We just learned this is Coach Meyer's first trip to the Rose Bowl, despite being a head coach for nearly 2 decades. He says he just wants to get onto the field at such an historic venue.
I was hoping today we'd get to see the field. I've never been here. I have been here one time. I pulled up when I was recruiting for Colorado State University, and I was told to leave. I said, hey, bud, you got to get out of here. I said, okay.
I mean, he's just out here. He's enjoying himself. And obviously every day at practice he takes it serious, but outside of that, I think he's just trying to have a good time with us players, take this whole experience in and have a good time with his family as well.
Coach Meyer says he's far from retired, even though he is stepping down as head coach. He wants to stick around and help student athletes succeed, no matter whether they go pro or stay in school and get a degree.
Well, once the final whistle sounds tomorrow, Ohio State starting QB will have a big decision to make. Dwayne Haskins could go pro.
If he does, freshman Tate Martell is already making his case to take over next year. Even as rumors swirl of a top transfer QB coming to Columbus, Martell says he's ready for anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I've put 2 years of hard work into this place, and I'm just excited, to finally get out there and go out there. Now it's my job to lose, really, at this point. If Dwayne leaves, we'll have 3 scholarship quarterbacks. We got to bring somebody in. You have to have 4 every year.
If it's Justin Fields, so be it.
So be it.
Before Martell can take over, the Buckeyes need to take care of Washington, of course. The football fever in Pasadena for a special Rose Bowl preview tonight at 7 right here on ABC6. And then the big bowl game is tomorrow at 5 on ESPN.
Of course, it's not just the Buckeye football team that's in Pasadena. The OSU marching band is there as well. They posted photos of a performance on Main Street, USA at Disneyland. Their trip continues tomorrow with a doubleheader of sorts. The band will play during the Rose Parade in the morning, and then they'll perform at the pregame and halftime of the Rose Bowl game.
They are busy out there, too.
Well, this morning, a new batch of Buckeye fans joining the team and the band out in Cali.
Mike McCarthy is live at John Glenn International Airport, where the first flight of the day for the Rose Bowl left just a few minutes ago. Lots of fans there in the airport this morning.
So, Jessica and Kurt, there certainly were a lot of fans here at the airport, but if you look behind me right now, well, things have quieted down quite a little bit because those flights for the day have now started taking off here at John Glenn. But up on the departure board, guys, it looks like the next flight out to LA is leaving in just about 30 minutes from right now. So some more Buckeye fans are about to be airborne in only a few minutes. But take a look at what we found here at John Glenn when we first arrived this morning. A big crowd here. It's always an early morning rush here at the airport, and mixed in today, boy, did we see a lot of scarlet and gray. We met some fans who say they have traveled with the team every game this season, so they couldn't miss this bowl match. But we also just met lifelong Buckeye fans, Rob Felty and his wife. The Rose Bowl is going to be their first bowl game ever, and he described a couple of reasons to make the trip now.
For one thing, this is Urban's last game, and I know he'd want me there to root him on, and so he wanted to be there for the Buckeyes and for Urban Meyer's last game. And also, I'm nearing retirement, and I'm thinking I got to start doing stuff like this.
Fans not only are motivated by Meyer's retirement decision, just about everyone we talked to said they are really excited just to kick back, relax, and enjoy the California weather, along with what they hope will be a big Buckeye win. Jessica and Kurt, here in the terminal, there is something extra this morning that's been getting some added attention as well. Airport staff put up this big inflatable Brutus Buckeyes. Fans have been stopping by, wrapping their arm around Brutus, and of course giving the Buckeye #1 and then snapping pictures before they head down the terminal and board their flight out to watch the Buckeyes take on Washington. Guys, back to you.
Our own Sean Ireland taking her mom Joni out there. They surprised her on Christmas morning.
Yeah,
she shared the video.
Yeah, it was fun.
It made me cry. Surprised her with a trip to the Rose Bowl. So good time.
Yeah, her last picture was at the airport drinking
Bloody Marys.
Getting ready for the plane ride. They're going to have some fun.
They'll have a great time.
I imagine there'll be a lot of people probably having Bloody Marys tomorrow because you have New Year's Eve tonight.
Yes.
So people will be up drinking champagne.
Yes.
Sugary drinks never tend to do well for the morning after. So the only way to get ready for the Buckeyes game and to get ready for that scarlet
there you go.
and gray mood is drinking something scarlet.
What a good time for those fans that are out there, though. California, New Year's Eve, the road, all the great things going on there. That's good.
And they'll probably celebrate New Year's in New York City, and then as it keeps getting closer to them in LA.
That's right.
Crazy times. All right, your weather heading out the door right now. It is going to be a bit of a mild start to the morning. We're in the mid to upper 30s right now. Rain has already started to move in, and it's going to be heavy at times today, especially just after lunchtime and then just after what would be the evening commute normally, potentially getting into a couple of rumbles of thunder. Warm front moves through here just afternoon, and then a cold front comes through this evening, potentially giving us a few rumbles of thunder, but it's also going to be really windy. Here's the radar real quick. We've been watching this rain moving in over the last hour or so. Still not a lot of rain quite yet into Crawford County or Coshocton County. It's just starting to move in. Same for Cambridge and Caldwell, but again, winds will be picking up later today. Some of the wind gusts coming in out of the southwest later will be close to 40 miles per hour. We have a wind advisory which gives us the threshold of about 50 mile per hour wind gusts, or the potential of getting that strong as we head into later today. Speaking of later today and tonight, we have New Year's Eve tonight. So to break down that forecast for you here, we're going to be looking at, I think the best chance of rain is actually going to be as you're heading to the festivities tonight between 6 and 8 p.m. By 10 and midnight tonight, the chance of rain drops. A couple of spotty showers still lingering, but we obviously have a lot to track for your Futurecast with Futurecast coming up here in just a little bit, guys.
All right, Buck, it looks like people with Obamacare can breathe a sigh of relief.
The new order from the judge who ruled against it, as healthcare for millions of Americans hangs in the balance.
Year, thousands of employees will see a bump in their paychecks. Ohio's minimum wage will go up by $0.25 an hour next year to $8.55 an hour. Tipped workers will see a jump from $4.15 to $4.30. Despite the increase, a Cleveland-based think tank thinks Ohio's workers should make even more. They say adjusted to today's dollars, 1968's minimum wage would be nearly $12 an hour. Federal minimum wage is not going up. It remains at $7.25 an hour. The federal judge who ruled Obamacare unconstitutional now says the Affordable Care Act will remain as appeals continue. He issued an order saying, quote, many everyday Americans would otherwise face great uncertainty during the pendency of appeal. Earlier this month, the judge ruled the ACA's individual mandate unconstitutional and believes because of that, the entire law can't stand. Millions of Americans rely on the ACA for health care. If you plan to be out on the roads tonight, expect to see some extra sirens. The message from Highway Patrol troopers ahead of a potentially deadly night on Ohio's roadways. And if you don't plan on driving tonight, but you want to go out, we're on your side. After the break, a couple of discounts if ride sharing is your way to get around.
Dead after a suspected gas explosion at a Russian apartment building. 79 people are missing. Rescue crews have nearly 500 people and dozens of tools to try and find the missing. Russian state media says 6 people have been pulled from that rubble. The country's health minister heading to the city to help with the recovery efforts.
There is only one day left in 2018. Plenty of you will want to end the year with, some festivities.
There you go. And there's a lot of options whether you want to party or not. If you want to sleep, if you want to go out all night, there are even some ways to make sure you do get home safely. So we're on your side with Cam here to explain how you can save some money tonight and stay safe out there.
Hey, good morning, guys. So one big New Year's tradition is to indulge on plenty of bubbly. So if you do want to drink, make sure you have a designated driver and plan to get home safely. Across Ohio, state troopers are cracking down on drivers. They'll be out and about as you get ready to celebrate the new year. Troopers want to remind you to slow down behind the wheel and obviously stay safe.
The goal of the Highway Patrol is always to reduce the number of fatal crashes, period, whether it's Christmas or New Year's or any other day of the week.
Last year, there were 6 deadly crashes across the state over New Year's. During this time, troopers say they have a zero-tolerance policy. If you're caught breaking the law, they will pull you over. Now, if you plan to drink tonight and aren't driving, that's one smart decision. You can even save some money by being safe. Root Insurance will give free rides to anyone in the short north who wants one between 8:30 to 2 a.m. They'll even give you a free slice of pizza and a bottle of water. Isn't that nice? Hey, Lyft is offering a discount up in Dublin. Just type in DUBNYE18.
I think it's a really good incentive for these companies to be doing that. Drinking and driving on New Year's Eve especially is just such a problem. I'd probably be more inclined to use the service at a later point just because they are offering this. I think it's a really good public image.
Very cool. So, hey, if you don't have plans and want to get to bed before midnight, there are still plenty of other options. Blue Jackets playing at Nationwide Arena. Now, if you're not into sports, First Night Columbus starts tonight at 5 at COSI and around the downtown area. There are tons of activities for the whole family, including a fireworks show at midnight. So, question is, guys, I think we have a similar answer. What are you doing tonight for New Year's Eve?
Getting to bed early. We're going to be watching the Blue Jackets game for a while.
Yeah, I was going to say, who do you think is going to go to bed first tonight?
Yeah.
What time do you think?
5:30.
Like
I'm thinking, no, 6 o'clock.
You'll stay up till 6?
I'm staying up till 6
Woo!
tonight.
Living
Going
large.
for it.
Yeah.
Party time.
I'm probably going to go to bed early. I stayed up late watching the Browns game last night.
Oh, yeah.
Because I wake up at 1 a.m. every day.
Yeah, you do get up
You get up earlier than
Kurt
we
will
do.
go to bed at 10, come in rolling in like a champ tomorrow.
I'll probably
He
go to
always
bed
does.
I wake up about 4, obviously getting a little bit later, but I'll probably go to bed about 10, start watching the New Year's Rockin'
Yeah.
Eve. Just not the same. I mean, it's a little bit different now. And,
Yeah.
I can't remember last time I watched the ball drop.
Right.
No.
I don't even know.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Those days when you were in your 20s. Remember those days?
There you go. Well, we hope you guys
Couple
have
years
fun
ago.
and you stay safe as you head out tonight or stay home, whatever you're going to do.
It is all on the line, right? Columbus Mayor Andy Ginther and Seattle Mayor Jenny Durkin putting up $105 in a friendly bet on the Rose Bowl.
The money will either go to the Mid-Ohio Food Bank or Seattle's Human Services Department to help fight homelessness. That's their big bet for the Rose Bowl. And then, of course, they say the loser has to wear the winning team's jersey and post a picture.
She might as well already get prepared.
That's right, honey. Get ready for that scarlet and gray.
There you go. What do you think?
That photo alone just cost us $106 to make. Good morning, everyone. Time now for your birthday shout-outs here on the final birthday shout-outs of 2018 this morning. Lorelei, happy birthday to you. Same for Dad, Amanda, Charlie, and Amelia. Same for Will, Kevin, Dave, Connie, Joe, Tony, Charlie, Mike, Samantha, Jackie, Lorelei, Beverly, Leah, and also Ava and James. Hopefully you'll have a fantastic birthday. We'll be doing more of these over on Fox 28 this morning, so send a message to me on Facebook or Twitter if you know anybody celebrating a birthday today. And if you want to head to the Blue Jackets game, there will likely be some rumbles of thunder pregame, and as you're heading into the arena early, rain will be lighter by the time you're leaving. In the upper 50s, not going to feel quite like hockey weather, but it will definitely be wet heading into the game. Heading home, some spottier showers and very windy. Current temperature here in Columbus is 42 degrees. Winds at 7 miles per hour. Winds will continue picking up as we go throughout the day today. But right now we're fairly mild. 42 in Columbus, 36 down in Chillicothe, 34 in Zanesville. We've been watching the rain moving in all morning long. This rain will be picking up. Right now we are just shy of an inch away from the record rainfall for the entire year as the wettest year ever recorded. We may pick that up today or pick up what we need. Here's noon. A couple of rumbles of thunder possible this afternoon. That's the warm front lifting through. Then we get warm this afternoon. A couple of dry spells from time to time. Then we have a cold front to the west. That's going to race through, bringing in the better chance for rumbles of thunder by 7 p.m. Here you can see some pockets of yellow and orange across the area. Severe weather not quite likely today. Can't ever rule it out, but it'll definitely be windy. And by 11 o'clock and midnight tonight, just some spotty lingering showers, but it will definitely be windy tonight at midnight. So if you're planning on heading to First Watch tonight, it'll be windy out there. Take the rain jacket rather than the umbrella because of the rain. Tomorrow, temperatures will fall throughout the afternoon, and we see a couple of sprinkles and flurries. But notice the map a lot quieter tomorrow, just mostly cloudy and chilly. Today, though, we warm up to a high of 59 degrees. Winds picking up later today. So winds out of the southwest 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, 15 to 25 mile per hour winds. Gusts could be close to 50, 42 for the overnight low tonight, and then 43 tomorrow, which is pretty much the same thing. Temperatures start falling in the afternoon. A couple sprinkles, couple flurries. Dry Wednesday and Thursday. More rain returns by Friday, especially to the south.
6:51, comedian Louis C.K. facing serious backlash this morning after a stand-up tape has been leaked. It's bootlegged audio featuring him harshly criticizing transgender children and school shooting victims. The audio was originally posted on YouTube, but it has since been deleted. A smaller clip is on Twitter. Now, it's not clear when or where this was taped, but laughter can be heard in the background. Louis C.K., you might remember, recently returned to the stage after admitting to sexual harassment allegations.
Ryan Reynolds just shared this photo from the set of the Detective Pikachu movie. Reynolds is playing Pikachu, complete with motion capture, and that's why he has all those dots on his face. On Twitter, Reynolds calls them Pika Dots.
Aw.
The Detective Pikachu movie comes out next May.
It's cute. Pika Dots.
Pika Dots.
Well, 10 years ago, Microsoft made a big prediction about tech in 2019.
With 1 day left, we take a look at what the company's futuristic video got right and the tech that's still a while away.
Little Good Day fan of the day is back. Big congrats this morning to this lovely lady, Tina Grimes. Hey, Tina, you can start your new year with one of our orange Good Day Columbus mugs. Woohoo!
Yeah, congrats to Tina. Well done. If you'd like to be like Tina, it's really easy to enter. You have to use our ABC6 app and then tap the word Explore. Scroll down to Contests in the About Us section. Fill out the Fan of the Day form, attach a picture, and you are good to go.
With 2019 now just 1 day away, it's the perfect time to look back at a prediction video made in 2009. You know, the olden days, 2009, by Microsoft.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. The company tried to guess what tech would look like 10 years from then, and let's see how it all went.
Okay.
So the video starts with a little girl drawing a dog on a screen. Now, that is something we can do, but see-through screens, not ready for mass production yet.
Which I'm surprised by.
Yeah.
Okay. Later, a plane's in-flight screen looks massive. Compared to today's standards, digital boarding passes are common, but they're usually on our phones, not by themselves.
Large, responsive touch screens are a theme of the video, with touch screen desks and plenty of see-through screens. Anyone who has trouble with autocorrects on their phones knows we're not as close as we'd like on that.
Huh. Later in the video, foldable and round touch screens. Those are only starting to show up in phones, and they can't curve too much. Fingers crossed, maybe some of this tech will be available 10 years from now. I'm surprised some of we're not there yet.
Yeah, the foldable screen is really interesting. The idea that you could, read your newspaper on a screen by just folding it and holding it.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool stuff.
But not there yet,
No.
unfortunately.
You know, we went to Wild Lights the other night. My mom got a new phone for Christmas. What is it? I don't even know what it is. A Samsung something, whatever the latest one is. The camera on that thing.
Amazing.
amazing.
Yeah, it takes great pictures.
On a phone.
Anyone can do it then.
It's fantastic. Yep. Well, Good Day Columbus continues in just 2 minutes on Fox. We hope we'll see you there.